all. I'm sorry, I'm just a little late by a couple of minutes. I'm very sorry to keep you waiting. So, let me introduce you once again, team. My name is Akash Malhotra, and I'll be your financial analyst for today's session. Again, I'm really happy to meet you once again. So, how is everything been going on for you? Like in terms of trading, you can tell me your experience as of now, and basically, how was your week? Exactly, we had a lot of opportunities in trading. In fact, majority of my client had a great profitability in the entire week. This week was very special for us. We had great news releases. We had interest rate decision where Bank of Japan also releases their interest rate decision. Overall, we'll be talking about existing market conditions. At the same time, we'll be looking out for a strategy, a simple trading strategy for today, in order to help us out in fixed time trading. We'll be varying our time duration. There are a lot of things that we'll be discussing, especially for today. Now, I really want you to know that for today it would be a very special session. I'll be giving you some hints in the financial market, not only for today but in the next week. We have lot of events coming on, and these opportunities can help us in the longer run to reach our profit margin too. Once again, I'm very happy to meet you. So, guys, you can tell me how is everything been for you in terms of trading? How was your last week? Whether you are able to make some good amount of profit. This is especially we'll be learning about a simple trading strategy in fixed time trading. But I really wanted to know like which asset in OLYMP trade is your favorite one, which has yielded more profitability, and what is your expected returns? What are your goals specifically for this week? Were you able to reach them or not? Now, managing money is very important factor when we are trading. Anyways, we will be talking about that in the later term. So yeah, I'll be reading your comments as well, team. Let me know if you have any doubt regarding anything at all. We'll be starting our stream. We'll be talking to our clients as well. This is an exclusive webinar, and I'm very happy to meet you once again. So team, tell me which trading time is your favorite one, and which trading strategy is your favorite one. I would love to know about that. In the meantime, I'll be reading your comments as well. Okay, so as of now, okay, just let me see. Yeah, I'm reading your comments now, team. Unfortunately, I think my screen is frozen for a bit. Let me just refresh it a bit more. Let me know whether you are able to, see my screen. All right, let's move ahead with our conversation. So, team, there are a lot of events will be happening. Let's start with our market analysis for today. We had a very special news release today. Bank of Japan released its interest rate decisions. Now, it's a very tricky thing to understand. However, I'll be talking in a much more simplified manner so that you will be able to understand this. Since Bank of Japan releases its interest rate decisions, usually they provide time around 8 to 8:30 in the morning. I'm just talking in terms of like Indian Standard Time. However, if you want to change your time, you can just change it here. They tried to release this interest rate exactly around 8:30, but this is a tentative data, and majority of the investor missed this data by a very slim margin. They released this actual data exactly on 8:58. A little delayed in the data was there. Since they released this data, now Bank of Japan is one of the best data to trade on. I was having this conversation with a lot of my clients, and I found out Bank of Japan has a great way that if you are able to deduce this, you will be able to make a lot of money. I'll be giving you an example on this one. I actually have taken a trade on this data. So majority of the time, whenever Bank of Japan releases its interest rate decisions, USD JPY will be impacted by this data. I love USD JPY, taking trades on USD JPY. So what I did, I choose on USD JPY. and there is a high probability for market to rise on every Bank of Japan data except which has happened on December. So this is my trade team which I have taken in the morning. We invested around $1,000 and we ended up making 141% of our initial investment in Forex I'm talking about. Since I know very well that there was a high probability for USD to rise against Japanese yen, so I actually executed a trade much earlier. I opened up the trade here and the market again started following upward direction. So the best part is you have to close the trade as soon as possible when you are taking trades on major economic news event. So whatever profit you make, you just make profit and close the trade as soon as possible. Okay, so you can see my trades here on USD JPY, $1,416, and it happened just within few seconds. So even if you will see, I closed my trade within, I guess, 12 or 13 seconds. That's how impactful the data was. Recently, Fed has increased its interest rate. Day before yesterday, this event has happened. Now, there is one observation which I have made on that specific federal interest rate decision news. What happens whenever federal government or Jeremy Powell, which is the chairman, increases interest rate? So the interest rate was increased by 25 basis points. Whenever they try to increase interest rate, majority of the people started selling their existing positions. So on dollar index. So if you will see, dollar started crumbling down. Now since dollar started crumbling down, it happens majority of the time. Basic dollar index crumbles down whenever there is any news related to increase in interest rate. May it be whether they will be increasing the interest rate or not. Like majority of the time, the actual and forecast data tends to be equal. So the price of dollar start declining itself. And if you watch it very closely, it keeps on continuing. So since we know this information, right, our objective is to make profit, and that's what we did. I basically placed a trade in fixed time trade, and this is my trade. We opened up the trade exactly around 11 and it closed like the closing time was 6 hours 6 minutes and it was profitable for us. The same thing has happened on yesterday as well. ECB released its interest rate decision and again they increased it by 25 basis points, which was an ultimating driving point for euro to be on the bearish sentiments. And I have taken a trade on that one as well. On euro USD I have taken the trade and it was like around, let me show you my trade team. So let's open full history here and you will see my trades of $369 profit which I have made on Forex. But although I will suggest you, whenever you are trying to take trades on the data, make sure you analyze market first and then trade accordingly. Just because of Fed interest rate, since there was a high probability for dollar index to fall down, and that's why euro USD started climbing up, and that's where we were able to sweep in our profit. We were just doing scalping exactly at that period, so we made like around $74 profit here. We just waited for a few moments, we made the profit and left the market. However, since the price of gold, whenever price of USD either falls down or rise up, it exactly hampers performance in gold. It varies inversely with gold, and that is what happened. Gold started, once it started rising, so we made profit on the rising end, around 15% profit we made. And then there was a high probability for gold to fall down because it was already trending near its resistance level. If you watch the graph for a complete day, you will observe that there is a very good level of resistance observed here, which in turn help us to take trades in the bearish sentiments. And then after that, the market started crumbling down. So these are the major market updates, team. I hope you enjoyed it. I love you know, tracking trades on major economic data. So these were one of the good trades which I have incurred right now. In next week we'll be having a lot of trading opportunities. These trading opportunities may be in the form of non-farm payroll. Australian dollar also will be releasing its interest rate report, and so as British pound will be impacted by the data. United Kingdom will be again increasing its interest rate. So these would be a very good opportunity. Let me know in the upcoming time, would you like to discuss specifically regarding news, because we can make a lot of money in FTT or Forex, whichever mode you like most, using these different techniques. We will be able to understand market from a correlation point of view. We'll be discussing it further. So for today, let's jump to the topic, Jim. We'll be talking about a very simple trading strategy in fixed time trade model. This trading strategy would be my special one. It's kind Martin strategy. You go to this A symbol, click on trading strategies option. In case you are advanced status client, you also will be having an access to this strategy. In case you are expert levels client, you will be having this all opportunity. But in case you are starter status client, this trading strategy will not be available to you at all. I'll be teaching you how this trading strategy works. I will be creating this strategy manually so that you can save it by yourself and use it in your trading account accordingly. The name of the strategy is kind Martin strategy. Now I love this trading strategy. It's a very simplified trading strategy. There are not a lot of indicators and oscillators combination, just a parabolic indicator and MACD, moving average, convergence and divergence oscillator available here. Probably not more of you guys know about how MACD works. So MACD has a default period of 12, 26 and 9. That means EMA 12 is compared with EMA 26, and a line will be drawn and a signal line is on 9. However, for this trading strategy, MACD values are quite different one. We are using MACD for the period of 7, 14 and signal line set at 5. The beauty of MACD is, although it's a lagging indicator, it basically shows you variation in the market in the form of rising and falling. We are using parabolic at the default period of 0.02. If you find out the dots formation are actually above the candle, that means the overall trend is in downward direction. If the dots formation are below the candle, that means it's a rising pattern. That means the trend is about to reverse. Although it's a little lagging indicator, it gives you a signal on second or third one, an accurate one. So that's why we'll be using MACD along with it to gain accurate results on this one. Be very careful while applying this trading strategy. You have to understand markets are highly volatile and you trade at your own discretion. Okay, I'm taking trades on my live account. So it's been a very long time that I'm working here with OLYMP TRADE as a financial analyst. And I want you to understand with financial market, it involves financial risk. So trade safely and trade very carefully. Okay, so let's try to understand this trading strategy, team. In this trading strategy, so see, the beauty of having this trading strategy by yourself, OLYMP TRADE made it everything possible and very easy for our clients. So here you can actually see a YouTube tutorial available in kind Martin. You can just click on this option and yeah, it will be applied and you can see the complete market variation using kind Martin strategy. Okay, let's try to understand trades and we'll be taking some live trades in here as well. Unfortunately, team, I am unable to see your comments. I think there is some technical glitch happened with my systems. I am unable to read your comments. Although I'll be trying to rectify it, but it will be getting a couple of minutes of time. Let me just rectify it and we'll be taking some live trades. Oh, okay, so let's understand how kind Martin strategy works. Now this is an easiest trading strategy one can ever work with. We have parabolic dot confirmation and MACD. We'll be using these signals in conjunction with each other to increase our chances of profitability. Now let's look at how the signals are generated using this strategy. Remember this, now using kind Martin strategy, we will wait for dots to reverse, and as soon as the dots are shifted in different direction, do not open the trade on the very first dot itself. You wait for the next dot to appear, and it should be below the candle, and watch it MACD very closely. Now MACD area actually crossed this line and pointing us in upward direction. That means these are the two entry points where we could have taken a trade, and our trade would have been successful. Now what are the expiration time that you can select? For 1 minute, this is what I usually follow, 1:2/3 ratio. That means if I'm watching a graph for a minute, my expiration time should be double or triple of it. If I'm watching, and same goes for the 5 minutes duration as well. If I'm watching the graph for 5 minutes duration, my expiration time again should be 10 to 15 minutes, but it doesn't matter. Like if you are watching the graph for 10 minutes, you can actually check 6, 7 or 8 minutes as well, depend upon the strength of the candle. We had a very good signal here. Let's open up a trade on this one. Okay, since we are watching graph for 5 minutes, let's go ahead with 9 minutes duration expiration time. Now many of you know that I am very fond of higher time duration, because smaller time durations are quite fluctuating in nature. However, when you switch to the higher time frame, whatever volatility it has within the shorter time frame, they are basically reduced, and there are higher chances for your trade to be profitable one. We'll be trying to switch between two different assets. Okay, there is a good opportunity here. We have increased expiration time in here. The dot was below the candle. Absolutely, we could have waited for the second dot, but if you switch to 1 minute duration, you can actually see the dot has already been shifted. That's why I have taken a trade in upward direction here. Let's switch between the assets and find very good signals. Okay, so there is another thing that I want to tell you, team. Whenever you are taking trade, do not stick to any one particular asset of your choice. Our objective is to maximize profitability. Now, even if you have at least 55 to 60% accuracy, your trade can be profitable one. They can be profitable one. Okay? Remember this. You at least need to have 55 to 60% accuracy. That would be minimum target that we are actually expecting from candles. Now what are the risk to reward ratio? So remember the team, whenever you are taking live trades on any specific asset of your choice, may it be a Euro USD, AUD USD, GBP USD, there, if the signal is there, then only we'll take a trade. If it is not there, we'll just keep on switching between the assets. In trading, there is no specific favorite assets. Whichever assets give you the profitability would be your favorite one. Okay, so there was a very good signal. Can you see, team? Below this candle on the second dot, there was a green candle formation, and the market momentum was following to be on the bullish sentiments. Okay, let's switch to another asset. Okay, now there is a probability that dot can change now. However, we'll be looking out signals from MACD. Now if you'll watch it very closely, the value of MACD area is keep on decreasing, but it is not at that great strength. We'll be waiting for the next dot to appear and MACD to form an upward trend, which will be giving us ultimate signal whether we'll be able to take trade on that specific asset or not. Let's mark it as a stop mode. Let's try to switch between assets now. Okay, on AUD USD we do not have any signals yet so far. DAX, this candle could have been a good one. We are little late to open up the trade. Let's open up a risk-free trade here. I do have some risk-free trades available. We'll be using it here. We are just a little late to open up a trade on this one, and that's why we are using risk-free trade here. Okay, no signal here, no signal here, no signal in here as well. Let's look at the trade, how they are working now. 1, 2, the risk-free trade is like still there, but 2 of the trades are showing us on the positive side. Okay, let's again start from basics. Basic dollar index, no signal, no signal in here, although MACD is pointing us in upward direction, but the gap is too much. The parabolic dots are pointing us in downward direction. This is not a very good trade. Okay, so Bitcoin is starting to get reverse. Okay, we'll be recovering our trade. So commodity composite index sounds good. I hope it will be profitable one. Yeah, it is. Okay, so there is a probability for market to be on the bearish sentiments for Europe composite index. Team, if you wish to join a special session with our analyst, you can request it by contacting support team. You can schedule a session and get to know what are the different benefits as an expert status client or advanced status client you get. Advanced status client usually gets 1 session in a week, in a month, and expert status client are provided 4 sessions in a month. So these sessions will be definitely helping you out in a lot of perspective. See, every person's idea of trading is very different. If I look at candles, I look from a very different perspective. So 2 people can have a very different opinion. So we as a team, we try to help our client in every possible way from our end to make good amount of money. There is a slim possibility for a profitable trade. Let's increase our expiration time a bit, since the second dot hasn't formed yet. We'll be watching the graph for a minute now. Okay, the downward trend has been started. Let's wait for the next candle to appear. We'll try to switch between assets now. On cricket index, no signal in here. On GBP USD, and team, let me tell you, the same strategy you can use it on your forex account. You just need to increase your graph time, and you will see kind Martin is one of the strategy which is precisely able to predict market movement. You will be able to take trades based on the dots formation and variation in MACD. To all those clients who joined the session very new right now with me, we are using kind Martin strategy, and we are trying to take trades on fixed time trade duration. There is a slim possibility for the trade reversal. Let's look into it. So for GBP USD, the dot formation is above the candle. Since we are watching the graph for 30 minutes, our expiration time should be a little higher than that. Let's go ahead with 45 minutes. A downtrend. In the meantime, we'll be talking about the upcoming news events which will be happening. Australian dollar, that means Bank of Australia will be increasing interest rate on Tuesday exactly around 10 a.m. I'm talking in terms of Indian Standard Time. Let me know if you want session especially on economic calendar. We'll be having a session on that one as well, where we'll be watching the market from a very different perspective. We are actually trying to observe a market from a very different perspective now. Okay, let's try to switch between assets now. Do we have a signal? No. Let's switch it to 1 minute duration. How many of you guys like 1 minute duration trading, or like shorter duration trading, lesser than 5 minutes duration trading? Okay, we had a signal on the second candle itself. Now it's gone. 1 minute duration graph, and we'll go ahead with 3 minutes expiration time now. On gold, there is a dot formation. There is a slight increase in this formation. Okay, let's use the risk-free trade here. Let's change asset now. Okay, we had a signal probability, but the candle formation is red, so we are very skeptical on this one. Let's wait for the candle to be on the greener side. We need increase in this area. Not that good confirmation yet. Let's watch it for 5 minutes duration. Make sure whenever you are taking trades, okay, there is a signal. Let's go ahead. You can, guys, you can use martingale approach. Now martingale approach works effectively well when you are taking trades, but be very careful when you are using martingale approach. Now in martingale approach, we usually keep on, like, what is martingale approach? Martingale approach is the approach on which, like, we usually double our amount in order to recover our previous trade volume. So suppose you lost like around, you started with $5. So if $5 trade is non-profitable, you switch to $10, $20, so on and so forth. But make sure you have at least 25% accuracy rate. You at least need 25% accuracy rate. If 1 out of 5 trades become profitable one, all the losses that you had will be completely recovered. Using martingale approach. If one of the trade out of 5 trade, if we divide 1 by 5, it would be equal to 20% accuracy into 100. So that means you will be requiring at least 20% accuracy to recover your amount. It depends upon the kind of balance that you have in your trading account as well. Suppose you are having more than $100, $200, we basically start using martingale approach. We basically start with the smaller amount, and then we keep on increasing the amount. What I suggest you, make sure you do not invest more than 5% of the whatever capital that you have in your live account. That would be a safer trade. And even in case of uncertainty, if the market tends to be on the different side, yeah, the trade can give you a profitable result in the longer run. Commodity composite index seems working out for us. We'll look out for Euro composite index now. It's working fine with us as of now. Yeah, the trend is about to follow the downtrend, which is good signal for us. We'll switch to Asia composite index, Euro USD. Let's look at our trade. Okay, so Brent is profitable, Europe composite index is profitable, Asia composite index isn't something which is working out for us. However, for GBP USD, we have given an extra time for it to recover. I think Asia composite index is very close. We have 18 seconds remaining. You see, the magic of trading trades in higher duration is you will have maximum probability of profitability. Market can be uncertain at times, which happens usually. It also depends upon whenever you are taking trades exactly during 6 or 7 p.m. I'm talking about India Standard Time. The markets become very volatile because majority of the news events are being released by US, Canada are around that period. For today, right now, the Canadian GDP was released, and it was like usually the GDP gets released once in every 3 months, but since it has been released on MOM basis, that is month on month basis, it tends to be equal. The forecast and actual value tends to be equal. That's why we do not have seen a lot of variation in Canadian dollar. Okay, let's try to switch between assets now. We'll look candle in 5 minutes duration. I hope, guys, you are enjoying the Kind Martin strategy. This is very simple trading strategy, and yeah, you can craft it by yourself. In case you haven't used it, I can tell you the easiest way to apply this one. Remember this number 7, 14 and 5. So all you need to do, if you do not have access to these trading strategies, you can go to either this A symbol, which is technical analysis symbol. You click on this open instrument list. go to indicators, and here you can select parabolic. The parabolic will be automatically applied for the default period of 0.02, and here we'll be using MACD. In oscillator you will be able to see MACD. Once you apply MACD, you will see this very three different lines. These are actually EMA 1226 and the second one is signal line. What happens in this situation, it is very difficult to read, and that's why it would be way easier, because in application itself there is an option which is been given to us to modify this. We can use MACD line for 7, 14 and signal line which will be set at 5. Now there is a possibility that if you all need the signal line or not. I don't think so you will be needing signal line for this one. In histogram option you have to just click on this one and change this entire parameter to this area. Okay, if you want you can disable this MACD line as well if you want, if you want, and that is our trading strategy applies. Usually if you have seen, a lot of time you probably have seen as an advisor, when MACD line and signal line crosses each other, the signals are being generated, and exactly if you watch very closely, we have taken the trade around that moment only. We'll try to switch between assets now. Let's see how many trades were profitable. We had this, okay. Gold was also profitable for us. Commodity, composite index, Bitcoin which we have taken was on the non-profitable side. Okay, we had some more trades, some of the trades which I have taken earlier one, but right now this trading strategy working amazingly well for us. If you watch it very closely, GBP USD started giving us profit, which we have seen for 30 minutes duration too. This trading strategy works miraculously well. It depends upon area of your experience. So what I would suggest you, if you want to take trades on any specific trading strategy of your choice, make sure you spend sufficient time with that strategy. You try it in your demo account or live account, whichever account you are comfortable in. Test this one out. Take at least 50 trades on that trading strategy and be very sure that you are taking trades on the signal itself. And once you keep on trading like that, there will be a time that you will be easily able to understand what sort of nature is happening in the market and how you will be able to make profitable trades from this one. Now if you will see, this is a doji candle pattern formation. Now whenever this happens, usually the next candle tends to be a red one, so we'll not be using this signal as of now. We had a signal on this one, however the candle formation right now is red. The dot formation is below the candle. That means both of the signals are not suggesting us anything at all. This is not a good signal. Let's try to switch between assets once again. Okay, let's check it. We had a signal on this one too. Since we are watching the graph, let's reduce the amount, since like we could have taken the trade on this candle, but let's just take trade on this one. We had a signal on the second dot, and if you watch it very closely, the MACD area is pointing us in upward direction. It recently crossed the zero line and pointing us in upward direction. That's why we have taken trade in upward direction. Let's again try to switch between assets. GBP USD working fine for us. Okay, we have a slim possibility of profit here. Let's just reduce trading volume, $10 and around 9 minutes duration. Since on the second candle, if you'll watch it very closely, the second candle is rejecting this signal. The candle was green, even the dot formation was above the candle. That means this wasn't a very good entry. Unless and until we find a signal, we will not take a trade on any specific asset. We have to watch market very closely when we are taking trades on our live account. Guys, are you enjoying this trading strategy? Let's try to switch between assets once again. Yeah, there is a very good opportunity. Let's go ahead with 8 minutes duration. A very good signal here. We could have increased the expiration time by a couple of minutes more, but let it be. It's a very good signal. The doji candle formation, then after on the second dot itself, we get the confirmation, and the MACD is actually pointing us in upward direction. That's a good signal. Let's go for little higher time duration team. What do you suggest? Let's try to watch from 10 minutes. Since we have watched all the graph for 5 minutes duration, we'll be switching to higher duration now. 10 minutes duration, but the signal hasn't been formed yet. Let's skip it. Okay, on Europe Composite Index, second dots, it's just the first dot. Let's reduce it to 5 minutes duration to cross confirm the signal. Yeah, there is a possibility for 10 minutes duration. We'll be go ahead with 15 minutes duration expiration time. If you do not have any experience with any trading strategy, that's fine. You keep on practicing in your live account or demo account and see whether the profitability is there or not. We had a very good signals on here on the second candle. However, okay, let's just watch it for 5 minutes duration. We probably have a very good signal on this one. Second candle, let's switch it to 10 minutes duration. Is it giving us signal on higher time duration? The candle is red, even though the dot is there and it is pointing in upward direction, but these are exactly opposite signals. So no, we'll skip this one. Okay, on cricket index, all right, let's watch it for 5 minutes duration once more. Yeah, on second candle it would have been a better signal, but yeah, we still have a very good probability of profit here. Let's keep on switching assets now. Team, I really want you to make profit in your trading account, so make sure you follow fundamental analysis as well. You see, technical analysis works majority of the time, but when the major economic news relays are there are very slim possibility that any trading strategy would be that much accurate. So make sure, if you have any questions regarding economic calendar, if you want specifically a session on fundamental analysis, let me know. In next week, non-farm payroll will be released. Now, non-farm payroll, majority of you might know, some of you might not know. So non-farm payroll is the data which has been an unemployment data released by US every month on very first Friday. According to Indian Standard Time, it would be around 6 p.m. This data is very important data, since a lot of market variation and volatility basically are driven by US data, and that's why there will be a lot of market variation, a lot of fluctuations are there. I have created a table specially for you guys. I'll be sharing it with you in the next Friday webinar. I have been still working on it. Some tweaks I needed to be there. I have to do some tweaks in there. However, my main objective is to share a table with you, and in this table we can exactly predict 70 to 80% of the time how market gonna react during non-farm payroll. It's been a very long time that I've been doing research on non-farm payroll. So I have been watching non-farm payrolls data from last couple of years or more than that, and I have all the analogies, and we can, you see, numbers never lie. So majority of the time there are higher chances for you to make profit during non-farm payroll, even if you do not understand market that effectively well. You just have to be good with numbers, and I'll be telling you how to work with these numbers. If you need an exclusive session, you can join special personal session with us. We are a great team, and we are working together. We are helping our client every possible way from our end. If you have any doubt regarding this trading strategy, please feel free to comment. I will love to read your comment during the session. So majority of the trade using this trading strategy we found out are profitable one. If for shorter duration, if you feel like the trading strategy isn't working that effectively well, you can switch to higher time duration, and on higher time duration there are higher probabilities to make profit. This is the simplest trading strategy amongst all. Just two indicators have been used, one indicator and one oscillator combination. MACD works effectively well, but the period has been reduced to 714. In case if you are a starter status client, you can note this period out, apply it and save it as a strategy. Then in now new update, you can actually save any specific strategy of your choice. There is an option available here. Save it and use it in your trading account as you like it. I hope team you enjoyed today's webinar. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to read your beautiful comments due to the technical reason. I'm very sorry about that, but I'll be reading them in my meantime. Thank you very much for being with me. I really enjoyed today's webinar. Keep on making profit, and I wish you a wonderful week ahead. Have a great day ahead and good luck in trading. Goodbye team.